Thank you for having me in your presence today. My name is Bob Jaco and I am Editor-in-Chief of Co-Creation Magazine and also co-founder of Conscious Co-Creation Global. Today I want to share with you the bigger picture, the vision plan that was given to me by Soul in 2016. And the vision plan is based on the premise that we as a planetary collective, as humanity itself, have been given the power to co-create anything and everything. That includes the ability to co-destruct. Not only are we so powerful that we have the ability to co-create anything in our lives and in our collective and in the planetary condition, but we also have the power to co-destruct. Please remember that. Humanity was always given the freedom of choice to experience anything and everything. There were no conditions preset into this. Humanity goes according to whether it is conscious of the fact that it is conscious or the fact that it is unconscious. And the actions and behaviors of conscious people, awakening people, are different to those who are unawake. Those in a conscious state of awareness or beginning to open up will have different tenets. They will come from love, they will come from acceptance, they will come from tolerance, they will come from recognition that all life is precious, and that we as a collective are here to experience everything, but choosing to experience whatever we choose. So in effect, here's the question for you. Are you choosing to live in a world where you are co-destructing? Or do you choose to be consciously co-creating a world where there is love, beauty, compassion, kindness, reverence for all life and love? Or do you choose another form of action or behavior? This is a question that we cannot answer. This is a question only you can answer. However, in the vision that we were given in 2016, we were shown a way of beginning to change the collective unconscious. And that way was to evolve and develop and connect groups of people that are yet in the state of separation. There are conscious groups that are all around the country devolving and developing and engaging, yet they are not coming together. They are still separate. They are a group over here and a group over there and a group over there doing their transformational thing. But nobody is coming together to form one cohesive force. We're not saying you have to give up your identity to form that collective. You do not. You just simply have to be aware that we all, in our separation, are doing the same thing. And the question I ask of you is, why are we doing it separately? Why are we not coming together? And when Soul, or Source, gave me this vision, it gave me a plan, a strategic plan set in 6 stages over the next 30 years. And that plan is at this moment in time in stage 1, where we are setting up a delivery system. This is the early stages. We're setting up the community. We are beginning the first stage of linking to other groups. And this stage is the first stage of a 6-stage cycle over 30 years. Now, it's an interesting story for me because I'm 71. Do I have to live to 150 to see this? Possibly so. But it is my intention to see this come to fruition. Now, the process of the vision is not only to address those who are already awakening or coming into a consciousness. This is already happening. That's not the issue, because as a collective right now, that group is a minority. It is less than 1% of the population. It is insufficient in number, momentum, and vibrational energy to make a large impact quickly. And I say quickly. We could do this over 100, 200 years, but the question is whether climate change or our effect on the planet is going to be there before we make that change, or whether we can make that change quicker and stall the co-destructive elements of unconscious humans. And that's what is really happening. They're the questions that I'm posing to you. In our model, in our vision, we see a way of doing this quickly and in scale. And part of the blueprint here is to get these cohesive yet separate groups beginning to talk to each other and agreeing that they are doing the same thing, telling the same story, and coming together and working as one cohesive unit. 300 million people, in effect, is the size of a country, the size of the United States. That actually is immense influence, immense effect on the rest of the planet. We are able to influence governments. We are able to influence the monetary system to a degree. We are able to influence many other people. And we are able to influence what is really most important, is the young generation who need guidance, who are looking for guidance, who are looking for the answers to why are we here and who are we. And we, as a generation, people my age and people, younger, who are able to demonstrate, and I use the word demonstrate, that they are able to live in a new paradigm, a new form of consciousness. That's who we need in the movement. That's who we need. The new teachers, the new influences. So everything we're doing up to this point is to create that next generational gap, that ability to bring those younger people who will become the leaders, the thought leaders of the future. Humanity is exactly where it needs to be in order for it to evolve. And the poverty and the struggle that you see on this planet is there for a reason. And we, and you and I, and all of the others have co-created that. It is a benchmark, a starting point, a springboard to understanding that there is a better game plan, a better thing that we can evolve into. And so consequently, poverty, illiteracy, lack of education are the templates, are they the basis of struggle. If you are in that state, you do not have the space or the time to think about being evolved. All you think about is where your next meal is coming from. And if you do not know that there is anything better, because you are not educated, that you have greater chances of co-creating something greater than where you are, then you cannot meet the future needs of yourself or your family. And so we need to address that. So Conscious Co-Creation Global will take 50% of the surplus income, which will be placed into foundations. And these foundations are designed to fund people with expertise in education, in sustainable agriculture, in climate change, in social interaction, in skills development, in microfunding, in all aspects of enabling people to live, to move out of poverty into a more sustainable life form. If we take the premise that we're co-creators of everything, all we are doing here in this is creating a community that engages, teaches, shows, demonstrates, and allows other people who are unawake the experience of understanding how it works and how co-creation is something that everyone can do. And when you're consciously aware of it and you can begin to experience it, you become the conscious co-creator. And therefore, poverty and other facets of life that we do co-create, because everybody co-creates in different ways and different cultures co-create in different ways. The challenge here is not only have we got to provide money, because money creates the necessary infrastructure and the ability to put boots on the ground, but also the other question is, how do we move across culture? If we're an English-speaking Western civilization and where most of that idea of consciousness comes from, and it's not endemic in South America or in Africa, how do we create a bridge to the cultural divide? And that is in itself a challenge. So we need to understand the context of delivering the message in different languages and in different cultures and in different ways. Because it's not just about North America or the US. It's not just about Australia. It's not just about England or Europe. It's about the world. And the world is a different place for different people experiencing different things. And we tend to forget that because we just get involved in our own little paradise or our own little paradigm or our own little universe. Whereas the universe, as the human universe, is very diverse, very different. And although we are connected, we are not experiencing at the what I call the local mind level what somebody experiences in Syria or Iraq or Iran or in China. Our experiences, our local experiences are quite different because we're co-creating at a local end. But we need to live and we need to work and we need to understand that we're also part of a global picture that affects everybody. And we're not disconnected from our ecology, from our climate, from the air we breathe. We are all part of one cohesive consciousness force. And one affects the other. And so part of our job, if you like, it's simply a choice. It's not a responsibility because everybody co-creates their own particular universe. But we can assist as a cohesive force others to live a better life, to understand a higher version of themselves and to create a different momentum and energy for this planet. And this is the overall vision which was given to me by Soul in 2016. And it is a vast vision. It is one that can only be done with your assistance, with the assistance of groups and individuals who would like to rally behind us or a collection of us to move this to the stage we would like to see it. Thank you for listening. I am so blessed that you are here with me today, and I look forward to talking to you once again.